Welcome to our next program. That is the third program we'll see, where we need to implement a program using a stack. As we know, stack is a linear data structure. In this, we are performing a different operations, that is a push, pop operation, as well as we need to check whether the entered element is a palindrome or not. And we are getting an overflow as well as an underflow situations here. So as we know, the stack is where we are storing in elements, that is using a push function, and we are removing an element from the stack using a pop element, and another additional is a palindrome or demo and display the elements. So means we need to write a function for a push, pop, display as well as a palindrome here. Now we'll check. First, once we enter the choice, that is, as we know, there are different functions. Okay, so first enter the element to be pushed. So we need to call the push function, and here we need to call the pop function. These are the different choices. Okay, so whether we want to enter the element one, whether we want to remove element from the stack, whether we want to identify given elements are a palindrome or not, then the fourth option is the display and the fifth is the exit. Now we will see the functions for a push, pop, display as well as a palindrome. As the element, there is a push function, so we have set a maximum size of an element. Okay, so if the top is equal to max minus 1, the stack overflow. For example, if I given the max size as a 5, so I can't enter a elements more than 5. Okay, so if that is a condition, so next we need to increment the top plus 1, then store that item at the top. Similarly, for in the pop operation, so we need to check the top is equal to -1, because if there are no any elements in the stack, we are getting a stack underflow here. So we can check. Similarly, we are using a, you can observe here we are incrementing, and here we are removing elements from the stack. Next is a display. So as we know, so enter the element, that is the top is equal, stack is an empty. If there are no any elements, we are getting a stack is an empty. Otherwise, we will get the elements which are stored in the stack until the condition satisfies. For the palindrome, as we know, we call it as a reverse of a stack content. So the whatever the flag value is 0 means if the S of I element is matching to S of top -1. For example, I will explain with an example output. So where we are entering 11, 66, 11, it means there is a sequence of a palindrome here. If that sequence matches, we call it as a palindrome number, else it is a not a palindrome number. So here is an example which executed, that is an output, push an element to the stack, pop an element to the stack, palindrome, and these are the 5 choices which we are given in a switch function. So first is what I entered, enter a choice 1. So enter an element to be pushed. I take as a 5 here. So next element, so I taken choice 1, again I pushed a 9. Remember, first I entered 5, 9, and the third element I entered as a third element I entered as a 6 here. Okay. Now in this, I want to display, means I want to view an element, how many elements I entered in the stack. So I taken a choice as a 4. So it will display. It will display the elements 5, 9 as well as a 6 here. Now there are 3 elements in the stack. So 5, 9 as well as a 6. That is, it follows a last in, first out. Okay, sorry, last in, last out function. That is a method which uses a last in, first in, last out. As we entered a 5 as a first element and a 6 as a last element. Now, when we pop the element, there is a first, there is a whichever the element first in is 5, but the last one is 6. It removes the last in element here. So pop 6. Similarly, I given the choice to check the condition for the choice 2. Again, the 9 is removed. The remaining is what? 5 displayed. Again, I use a 2. Enter element 5 is popped. Now, if I use a 2, it has an underflow because there are no elements in the stack to display. So again, to check the palindrome that is function. So just I taken another choice 1 and I entered as 11. Similarly, 66 and another 11. Once I display this 3 as an option, 3 is a palindrome demo. Stack content is reverse of a stack content and it is a palindrome. Similarly, we can check for the not palindrome option also. Okay. So this is an explanation regarding a third program. Thank you.